Alright, we got our fender back on, and the repair looks good. Lines up real nice, way better than it did. And the edge looks right, the folded edge that we did. And yeah, getting a little further along. Looks a lot better actually. It seems like a lot better car without all the rust holes and all the damage. It's very hard to decide what to do on this car. I don't think anybody would mind the rust being repaired, especially with the quality that we're doing here. I think that that's where this car will stop. Those spots will get just a little filler and then a little bit of primer, and then the car will probably remain like this. There's no real reason to paint it because the underside and the engine bay and everything would need restored. It's insanely original, so it's probably just going to stay like this. It's getting to the point of unsafe to drive. You know, the brake lines are old, fuel lines are old. Original, they're all original, you know. And so it isn't really a safe car to drive much anymore. You know, you could drive it around the neighborhood or something like that, and so it still runs and drives. It does. As far as being out on the main roads and cramming brakes when someone pulls in front of you and stuff, it's probably that time has kind of passed for this car. This is the condition that somebody would like to buy it in, and I think that's where it should probably stay. It's, you know, it got painted in 1974, so you're not changing that. But besides that, you know, extremely original. You know, the last body guy that worked on it did put some filler here and there, and so there was dents and stuff, but we took care of a lot of that. I'm sure there's still some more under there. As far as the majority, I think it's pretty straight original steel, and you know, I mean, it's just stuff that had to happen one way or another. And now it's still it's really almost a museum quality car because of its originality. We're gonna work today on getting the front clip back on. These are the ones I'm worried about. They're hard to get to. They're way down in there, and you have to go over the headlight piece, so there's a long thing that goes in here to be able to get to that. The studs that were on there, the nuts are seized on them. Like this one was a little shorter. I don't know if it broke and they cut it down and reused it. I'm gonna need to stick some new studs on them. So the new studs will come out so I can get down in there and get a nut on there, because it would just be really too hard to try to screw those studs back into those holes through that little tunnel that we have. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna try to get some new studs here. Hopefully I have some here. If not, we're gonna have to make a bolt run. But we're just about there.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay. Now we got to do, and it's time to go. I think that we all know that Johnny Boy is on his way. Jump in the car, Murphy is the gas. Doesn't take long before we hear the sirens blast. But we don't stay calm, 'cause there ain't no way. Yeah, we don't stay calm, 'cause there ain't none of those coppers gonna lock us up today. No way.
There's another bullet wound. Didn't even notice it.
Is there?
Yeah, three. There's another one right next to it. Kablang! 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 And how did they...
Somebody tried to put this thing down.
Yeah, they tried to put this lame horse down. I don't know. How did they hit the bumper so well, though? And oh, that might be a hole from in the headlight. Somebody siliconed up. Oh, there's another person get shot. Shit, I need hazardous pay. Missed me. Well, got the car back together. Everything seems to be fitting a little better than it was. Got our gaps looking really nice. Things lining up. When I had the fender off, I realigned this door. It was sagging a little bit. Getting these lined up nicely. They're a lot nicer than they were. You could even see some of the spots they had painted it on the sides because it wasn't fitting in there right. Bit of an ordeal, as usual, to put that back together, but it wasn't too bad. There was a couple of bolts that were missing when I got it, and there was you know, a couple of things that, of course, they were broke or rusted, or somebody had stacked up a giant stack of washers. And I keep on showing you this because it's just, goddamn, welding your fender on. I don't know. So, a lot better. Hood's fitting better. Hood's working better. It was really hard to open and close. It was catching on the pins and stuff. Funny car, man. I'd love to know its real history. I mean, this guy's owned it since '70, so he knows most of the history, but he doesn't know why it's littered with bullets. You know, it looks like it was painted a couple of times. When he bought it, it was the wrong color, and then he had it painted the wrong color. But originally, and according to the codes, it's supposed to be the green. A little bit different than green than this. This is Dodge green, but you know, I think this is where, you know, the restoration kind of stops, and then you just leave it as is, in my humble opinion. Besides this rear pan that we're gonna start working on here. So the rear pan is really whooped up, and after some research, these little holes are supposed to be here, and I didn't know if this was a real deal, but it is. And it had a little stainless piece on the outside there. I've been soaking the threads here so we can try to get our reverse lights off here. But this poor thing is just hammered. And you can see this is the color he bought it in. It was like a lighter blue, but there seems to be this darker blue on it too. I've seen it in a couple of spots. But when I get real deep into stuff, it seems like it was originally green. There's nothing that I can do with this on, like, it's so chipped up and it's painted over just so horribly. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there's just these crazy, where you can see, like, see that where it was like chunked out and they just painted right on over it. And same over here, just a lot of filler and weird stuff going on. This is all cracked filler. There's a big old cracked filler there. I'm going to get the lights off and then just sand it all the way down and start working the metal. It's gonna be really hard to fix. This is the best section I've seen of all of our colors. So we have the dark green that it's painted now, we have a dark blue, a light blue, and then the green. I think that's a pretty good indicator that it was originally green, although this light blue was a Shelby color. There's these two dents. It's right there and right there. And they're so even. I didn't know if they were supposed to be there or not. But I found it NOS, a picture of an NOS Ford one. So I still had it in the box. And there was no dents there. So we're gonna take those out. Not to dinner or anything, but we're getting pretty close. Well, that's it for our work on the 67 Shelby GT500. Got our roll pan back on. Call it a rear valance, sorry. Rear valance back on. Our little bumperettes are back to having their rubber showing, which is nice. I think they were probably originally painted on the sides, but obviously not the rubber. Got our edges looking nice. Got our panels all lined up. Got our crack repaired, rust repair, rust repair, rust repair, rust repair. We had a crack up here. I ordered some new clips for his trim here. Someone really butchered it up, taking it off one time. It's all crinkled and dented and stuff. But I do have some clips coming to hold it down, right? We got the front clip back on and lined up better than ever. We got our hood back on and lined up better than ever. And it's working correctly. It's not a bear. It was before. It was catching and doing all weird stuff. We got our hood hinge mounts done back to the way they were. We had to modify this hinge to make it kind of close right because there's some issues with the fiberglass work on the hood, but we're not touching it. Got our grill kind of straightened up. We're leaving our bullet marks in our bumper for the Bullet Mustang here. Rust repair, rust repair. And of course our biggest part of the job, doing the inner fender well and the quarter on this driver's side. It was too dented up to try to save any of the original metal, too rusty, too dented up. I did go around the edges, so all the factory edges are still there, minus that bottom part where we had to replace that inner piece and make that piece as well. Least amount of change of anything on it that we could do. Kept the most amount of the original vehicle as possible with the damage it had, but it looks decent. And it's nice that it's doesn't have big old rust holes in it anymore. It's had rust holes in it since the rust was there before 74. It was repaired in 74, quote unquote, and fell out in 76. And that rust started showing again 2 years after it was repaired. And then that rust stayed there until we took it out here in 2025. So it's got some great history. Really neat car. Glad I got to work on it. It's fun to work on stuff that's so rare and so sought after, you know. A lot of times we do just a lot of the regular stuff, but it's kind of neat to work on something that you have to meticulously, carefully decide where you're going to cut and what you're going to leave and what you're not, because it's every little cut on this kind of car matters. You know, obviously it'd be great if it didn't have to have any work done to it, but got a really neat, what I'd call, I don't know if it's a survivor, but it's still there. Every little last stock piece is still there, besides the wheels and the steering wheel. Besides that, everything is still there.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and every